Boxers are human, just like the rest of us. Despite having unbreakable will and discipline, some fighters are known to gorge on their favorite foods during training camp, whether it's good for them or not. Let's see who loves to stuff their face with calories, shall we? This is what boxers actually eat. Where better to start than the man who got his nickname because of the diet he was on? It's none other than Eric Esch, otherwise known as Butterbean. Now, you may be thinking, why the heck is his name Butterbean? Well, it began in the early 1990s in Alabama, when he was working at a manufacturing plant and his coworkers dared him to enter a tough man contest, which he did and won. However, there was a weight limit of 400 pounds and Eric had to go on a strict diet of mostly chicken and butter beans to drop some extra pounds. Hence, the legend of Butterbean was born. Butterbean would go on to win 5 World Toughman Heavyweight Championships and transition into the world of professional boxing in 1994. Well, that was some journey. Eric went on to fight 91 times, with 77 of those being wins. Not bad for a big man. He also competed in MMA, kickboxing, and sumo wrestling, but he admitted to having a stronger connection to the sport of boxing.
They all have their own little favorite parts about them. You know, I can't say one I like better than the other, but they're all, boxing's my roots. So, I love boxing, probably the deepest, but I enjoy doing all of them.
From one beast to another, Mike Tyson is arguably the most devastating knockout puncher in boxing history. The food he ate is one of the many reasons as to why he had so much power. Tyson was eating up to 4,000 calories per day when training for a fight. Jeez, I struggle to even eat 2,000. He was consuming lots of protein along with lots of fruits and vegetables that was all being supplemented with vitamins, which he reportedly took every morning with his breakfast. However, Iron Mike did have an unusual pre-fight meal that he says gave him lots of energy just before stepping into the ring. Tyson would have a chocolate bar and a glass of orange juice before his fights, which gave him a quick sugar rush, pumping him up before brutally punching the poor soul that stood in front of him. I'm certainly glad that it wasn't me being punched. The chocolate bar and orange juice will certainly explain the unmistakable energy he always came prepared with. Okay, we want to know what you would eat just before a fight. Let us know in the comments. While you're doing that, make sure you smash that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. We greatly appreciate it. Now, make no mistake about it, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the greatest boxer of this generation. The defensive stalwart was nearly untouchable in his prime, and a pristine 50-0 professional boxing record is certainly proof of that. Before a fight, Floyd Mayweather ate a lot of spaghetti bolognese. See, Floyd kind of has an obsession with spaghetti. Before a fight, Mayweather is keen on loading up on carbs and protein to fuel his performance. His training days would consist of eating eggs and various meats including bacon, turkey, ham, and his most enjoyed meat, fried hot dogs. One of his favorite meals was baked chicken with rice and gravy. You may as well just go to KFC, Floyd. It's not like you can't afford it. When you have the nickname Money, it would clearly suggest that you spend a lot of money. Well, it turns out Floyd pays his chef $1,000 for every plate of food that she makes him. What?
I wouldn't exchange my chef for no chef in the world. This chef is with me to the day I die.
Imagine being paid thousands of dollars a day just for cooking food. Now that is awesome. The amount of daily calories Floyd Mayweather consumed was absolutely tiny compared to what Manny Pacquiao consumed. Boxing's only 8-division world champion is known for his relentless aggression, boundless energy, and explosive power. His hand speed is still unmatched to this day. See, Pacquiao's body had a freakish ability to recover, allowing him to perform at the highest level all the time. Now, you may be thinking, why was his body able to recover so well? Let's just say a large chunk of it is down to nutrition and the amount of calories he took in every day. During training camps, Manny would consume a whopping 7,000 calories a day. How does he even fit that in his stomach? Manny was built different. When he was terrorizing the lower weight classes, Pac-Man had one go-to meal that gave him the nutrition he needed. The classic Filipino dish, Tino Lang Manok, a Filipino-style chicken soup. He had a clean diet nearly all of the time. Mostly Filipino dishes accompanied by a lot of white rice, steak, chicken kebabs, bananas, and dried squid. You are representing all of the food groups there, Manny. Another man that loves his food is Andy Ruiz Jr. The Destroyer was bred to fight by his father at an early age, achieving his dream of becoming boxing's first heavyweight champion of Mexican descent. We all remember that night on the 1st of June 2019 when Ruiz shocked the world by beating an undefeated Anthony Joshua after coming in as a 25-1 underdog. This was boxing's biggest upset since the Mike Tyson vs. Buster Douglas fight back in 1990. It's no secret that Andy Ruiz was a huge guy, having weighed in at 19 stones 2 pounds for the first fight against AJ. Ruiz worked on a stricter diet plan to enter the rematch, making sure he was a little lighter and a little faster. Andy's first meal of the day is typically an omelet with mushrooms, spinach, and avocados, which is occasionally accompanied by some hash browns on the side. His lunch is light, which is why he opts for something like a chicken salad or a chicken wrap. The Mexican became obsessed with Arabian rice during the time of Joshua's rematch, and it became his go-to meal. He loved it, and now I have to try and replicate that rice. He likes the food in Saudi Arabia, said Ruiz's nutritionist and chef. Since his last fight with Chris Arreola, Andy has undergone an unbelievable body transformation, losing over 30 pounds. Andy wasn't the only man that had a crazy body transformation. The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, made the greatest comeback in boxing history. See, back in 2015, after beating Vladimir Klitschko, Fury's life took a horrible turn. He was extremely depressed and openly admitted to attempting suicide.
And I was in my car. I bought a brand new Ferrari convertible in the summer of 2016. And I was in it, and I was on the highway. And there's a strip of the highway where I am. And at the bottom of about a 5-mile strip, there's a massive bridge that crosses the motorway. And I knew that. And I got the car up to 190 miles an hour. I was heading towards that bridge. And I didn't care what no one was thinking. I didn't care about hurting my family, me career, people friends, anybody. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to die so bad.
At one stage, it appeared Fury would never return to boxing, let alone climb back to the top of the mountain. In order to turn his life around, he had to seek medical help, which he did. This changed his view on life and made him the entertaining character he is today. The Gypsy King lost more than 100 pounds and returned to the sport in 2018. You may be wondering, what was his diet like in order to shred that much weight? Well, Tyson describes his diet as dirty keto.
I was having tons of meat, fried up with cheese, mayonnaise, bacon, eggs, sausage, whatever.
Sounds good.
My ideal diet, basically.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this can't be a diet. I'm not going to lose weight on this.
And you lost weight.
I lost the weight. I lost it all.
We mustn't forget that he was training excessively every day, allowing him to lose 138 pounds of weight. Good Lord, Tyson, you should be very proud of yourself, man. What a journey. Of course, we couldn't leave out the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. He is Mexico's biggest star and also one of the best pound-for-pound boxers to ever grace the planet Earth. Canelo is incredibly disciplined and follows a strict diet for 2 months leading up to a bout. In his latest fight against Dimitri Bivol, Canelo changed his meal plan and tried a completely vegan diet program. And we all know what happened in that fight. During this time, he will have almost no carbs except fruits and vegetables. He only eats grains once a week while training, and it'll be bread or rice, but not both. Such a diet plan allows Alvarez to trim weight off for fights and still build lean muscle. Did the change in the diet play a key role? Who knows? You will be glad to hear that once the fight is over, Alvarez will be human just like the rest of us and lets himself indulge in foods of his choice. He says sushi is often what he wants right after a fight, followed by plenty of tacos the next day. See, at least Canelo is sensible with his money. Some boxers aren't so clever. You need to click this video right here to see the weirdest things boxers actually bought. What are you doing, man? Just click it.